next.
What's the point? They're all the same. Some stupid killer stalking some big-breasted girl who can't act, who's always running up the stairs when she should be going out the front door. It's insulting.
It's insulting, but it certainly is pretty scary. Ghostface from Scream. It's a special see it, rent it, skip it this morning because, of course, as Fritz just told us, it is Friday the 13th. And Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th is joining me now, otherwise known as Kevin Carr. You walked in with that thing. It looked pretty scary. Oh, it's just you.
I know. I was hoping to get Amy to let me in and get her to scare her really well.
She scares easily, so I don't know if I would have done that. Well, everybody, I think, probably guilty pleasure. We like a good horror movie from time to time.
Sure.
Friday the 13th, a great day to watch them. Now, you've ranked the top 5 in your mind.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Scream. We just saw a part of that.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's such a great movie or series?
What I like about Ghostface is, first of all, it's a unique one in the sense that he is not the same person every movie. They have a different person every movie, and it's an homage to horror movies and an homage to slasher movies. Came out in the 90s after the heyday.
That's right.
So it really brought back, it actually brought back Drew Barrymore's career and a lot of other people. It really started to launch the series, and the new one's out right now. You can still catch it in theaters.
And Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, her husband, all in those movies as well.
That's right.
Movies. I do like those.
Yeah.
All right, number 4. Now, I would say this is really scary. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
To me, that's about as scary as it gets.
Absolutely. Leatherface, based on Ed Gein, the notorious serial killer.
Yep.
And it is a visceral, terrifying movie. The original is just really just gritty and awful.
Oh, gory.
And what's funny about the original is Tobe Hooper was trying to go for a PG rating.
PG rating?
Yeah, and which is why he didn't show anything. But that makes it even more terrifying because all the violence happens off screen. This is, of course, the remake, these clips, which was okay.
You know, when they zoom in on the person's face,
yeah,
and then you can't see anything around them, you know you're in for it.
Yeah, infamous scenes that I don't even want to mention on the air.
Probably a good idea. It's a family show. All right, number 3, Friday the 13th. It's a great horror movie, the famous hockey mask. And we were talking in the break. Yeah. Jason's mother was the killer in the first one.
Yes. Jason is not the bad guy in every single movie, but the iconic hockey mask doesn't show up until the 3rd film. So it's an interesting evolution of a slasher film. But what's so great about the Friday the 13th movies is it really is probably one of the most iconic horror films. And of course, Friday the 13th. You can't do a list of favorite slashers on Friday the 13th.
And not include it.
Without having Friday the 13th.
All right, number 2 for you, Halloween. Really a classic, I think.
Yeah.
Genre.
Yeah, and although there were slasher movies beforehand with like Psycho and Peeping Tom and that sort of thing, this was the one that really started the whole genre. In 1978, John Carpenter did a fantastic job. Jamie Lee Curtis again launched her career. You had P.J. Soldier and Donald Sutherland. They brought back Michael Myers. They brought him back.
He had some issues there for sure.
Yes, in the late 80s and into the 90s, but again, a very iconic face. And a William Shatner mask, actually. Did you know that?
I did not know that. Is that right?
Yeah, they needed a mask, so they got a William Shatner mask, cut the eyes out, and painted it white.
Poor William Shatner.
I know.
All right, yeah, your number 1 pick, and I agree with you. I think Nightmare on Elm Street and Freddy Krueger with those razor nails.
Yeah, what I loved about this one, I was old enough to really start seeing these when I was a teenager, and they were so unique and so different because they weren't just your standard slasher movie. They just weren't a guy with a machete or a knife.
No.
It was a guy going to your dreams, and they did a whole bunch of movies of this. They even had a crossover with Jason. They remade it last year, which wasn't as good. But
never is.
Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, is the only guy who's ever done all the slasher movies of his genre until Jackie Earle Haley took over last year.
All right, well, I would have put Children of the Corn on that list. That's another good one from the early 80s, I think. Any more that didn't make the list that stick out in your mind?
You know, of course, Psycho. Yeah, but we mentioned that last week on Mother's Day.
For Mother's Day? So it was his pick for a Mother's Day movie. Poltergeist. That's a good one. That's a good one,
that would work. And Gremlins. Are you going to mention Gremlins there, Lisa?
Gremlins.
Anything with a babysitter.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Kevin Carr
that's true.
from fatguysatthemovies.com. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good night to maybe rent one of those. All right, Amy.